And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Ray Shasho Show, brought to you by the Publicity Works Agency. Each week, Ray spotlights in-depth interviews with legendary and up-and-coming authors and music artists. Ray also features the movers and the shakers of the music and publishing industries and suggests important methods for getting the most out of your public relations and marketing needs. Please welcome music journalist, author, and entrepreneur, Ray Shasho.
This is Ray Shasho on BBS Radio, and welcome live from the House of Blues in Orlando, Florida. And I would like to welcome the legendary guitarist and founder of Uriah Heep, Mick Box, to the Ray Shasho Show.
Happy days. Glad to be here, mate.
Welcome.
Glad to be here.
Welcome. This is our second time we've...
Is that live or live?
Live or Memorex. It'll probably be on tomorrow. We'll probably do that.
Cool,
because we got to put it all together and everything. All right, you guys leave tomorrow for the Rock Legends cruise, which is awesome. We were mentioning earlier, I hope you got your sunscreen. The Rock Legends cruise is sold out every year. It's already sold out this year as well.
Out the minute it docks that year, it's sold out for the next year. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
Yeah, well, it just shows you what a great thing is. It's, I don't know, 60,000 tons of rock music, isn't it?
Oh, it's Woodstock on the high seas.
Rock fans, you know. So, yeah, can't get any better, can it, really?
And Heep will be on the cruise as long as, you know, with so many great legends, including my buddy Mark Stein of Vanilla Fudge, who we just had on the show recently. Besides the North American tour that you are on right now, which we began, I think, the beginning of February sometime, right?
Yeah, about the 8th of Feb, I think we flew out, yeah.
You guys are also going to be, you got the Sweden Rock Fest coming up, and that's got Iron Maiden, Ozzy, and Judas Priest on the show.
It's a good old rock bill, isn't it?
Oh, man, that's incredible. You got, you'll be in Barcelona, July 5th, 6th, and 7th. Your old buddies Kiss is going to be on the bill for that. Ozzy, Judas Priest, Dee Snider, to name a few.
Happy days.
And again, you got another festival coming up, the Seaside Fest in Switzerland, with another buddy of mine, Roger Hodgson of Supertramp. That's August 25th.
And they're all good friends of mine, so that's cool. It's going to be a bit of a party.
It must be a party when you guys all get together and trade stories.
Oh, definitely, mate. Yeah.
And earlier this year, you played the Giants of Rock Fest. How was that?
That was great. We actually finished our album. We recorded our album with Jay Russell, the producer.
Right.
He's a fabulous guy. He produced, you know, Winery Dogs and all sorts of bands. There's marvellous Black Star Riders and stuff, and it's excellent. Europe, great guy to work with. And we did the album in 19 days.
In 19 days, really?
Yeah. Then we went straight to the Giants of Rock in Minehead in England.
Okay.
So it's the first show of the year, basically, and that was marvellous. We went down to Absolute Storm. It was packed to the rafters. There was 200 people outside, couldn't get in.
Really?
So it was a real good buzz going.
It's like the old days.
You know. And so it was a really good thing to do, you know. Then we went home for a couple of days, and then we flew out to Ottawa in Canada. We've been on the go since, mate. Yeah.
But Mick, I got to tell you, man, people that can't see you right now, you look marvelous.
Oh, thanks very much.
I can't believe how good you look. You look like you're like 50 years old, man.
Oh, brilliant, mate. That's good news.
You've taken care of yourself, obviously.
Well, you know, if you want to last in the business and continue to do something you love,
right,
you got to be serious about it.
Yeah.
You know, and so we like to drink, we like to party, but you know, there's a time to do it, a place to do it, and nobody wants to see you up there half-assed, do they?
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
So we go up there and we give 110%.
And unfortunately, you guys have had some guys that did not make it.
Yeah.
David.
Yeah, David and Gary.
And Gary and John Wetton as well.
And of course Trevor Boulder.
That's right, Trevor
too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
we'll miss all those guys.
So really, I wake up every day. If my name's not on the bullet, I say happy days. Let's write a song. You know.
Well, you look terrific, man.
Thank you.
Now, the Pledge Music campaign,
yes.
That's still going on, right? That's for the Living the Dream album.
Not at all. No, we're signed to a record company called Frontiers.
Oh, Frontier.
In
so the Pledge has nothing to
do with the album at all.
Okay.
No. We signed with them. I think this might be our third album with them. So we financed the album through the record company, of course.
Right.
And so we embraced the pledge thing because we wanted to give the fans some exciting possibilities they never had before.
Right.
And it's one of those things, if you want to join, you can. If you don't, you don't have to.
Exactly.
But we just thought we'd put it out there and see how it goes. And it's been very successful so far.
It has been.
People have been really embracing it and loving it. Yeah, it's great.
The album, the new album, has all new songs, I'm assuming?
The new album's got 10 new songs.
10 new songs.
Yeah.
Are there any cover tunes on there? No cover tunes at all.
No need.
and everything's ready? The album
it's all recorded. It's being mixed right now in LA by Joey Ruston, and we're waiting to hear some of those mixes will be sent to us. Probably we'll get them at the end of the cruise, because on the cruise the network is absolutely rubbish. You can't phone. You're on the high seas.
Exactly.
You're not going to get network. So, and then they try and charge you something like $200 and to be online for a day, and it never works either. So
yeah, that's right.
It's all a waste of money. So we actually send a note home to everyone saying we'll be out of communication for about 6-7 days. Yeah.
Well, you need it. You need the rest anyway.
But yeah,
you'll still be working, but
it's being mixed, and it'll be released in September.
In September.
Yeah.
What was it like working with Jay Ruston?
It was a dream come true. Yeah. He's got a good set of ears. He's a really nice, amenable guy. He embraced the Uriah Heep family as much as we embraced him into the family. And he's very. He's got a lovely demeanour in the studio. It's not dictating, but suddenly you find you're doing things. He's got a really nice way about doing things.
Good.
And he draws the performance out of each of us in a really cool way. So it's great. He was perfect, mate. Yeah.
Awesome. Like I told you, I recently talked to Ken Hensley on my show. Another great guy. And I also talked to Chuck Negron, because I think you guys actually started with Three Dog Night, didn't you?
We did. That was our first American tour. Yeah, supporting Three Dog Night.
Yeah.
In Indianapolis.
How about that? I think, was it Steppenwolf on that bill as well?
No, that was just us two, I think.
Just you
I don't remember.
Chuck? Yeah.
They might have added Steppenwolf in various other areas.
Right.
Yeah, where they needed to strengthen the bill or whatever. But at the time, Three Dog Night were the biggest thing since sliced bread, weren't they? They were amazing, So for us to be on support with them was truly great, and they actually introduced us to the complete rock style.
Yeah,
the rock lifestyle.
Oh, did they?
In 100%.
Yeah, poor Chuck. He went off the deep end for quite a long time.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, he wrote a book about it. Actually, he's got 3 books about it.
Oh, really?
But he's been sober now for years.
We spent most of our time with Danny, which is really
with Danny.
Cool.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a lad. Yeah.
In your interview last time the interview we had last time, you said some of the guys that influenced you, Django Reinhardt.
Yep.
Tal Farlow.
Yeah, Barney Kessel. Yeah.
People like that. And
Wes Montgomery.
Yep. And of course, guys like Buddy Holly, Eddie Cochran, The Shadows, Hank Marvin. And Jeff Beck, you said, was a pretty big influence, huh?
All the time,
yeah.
He keeps breaking down the boundaries, and he goes through pop to rock to jazz, and
he does
to all sorts, and he pulls it off so well, like other people don't. I mean, it's one of these guitars. So many guitars today, it's a million notes a second, isn't it? Whereas Jeff Beck can hit one note and keep you hanging there for hours, and you get the hair stand up again,
it's true.
Tingle down your back, wow,
And he doesn't use a pick either, right?
No. He's got really strong hands from working on the hot rods.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's got really, really strong fingers and hands.
So he works on hot rods,
so he can do all these things that we don't do because we don't work on hot rods.
Yeah. You don't have a car collection like everybody else? Brian Johnson from AC/DC?
I've never ever been in the cars at all. It's no interest to me. If it gets me from A to B, I'm a happy man.
You know what I like about Heep? You don't come across as just a heavy metal band, because you guys are kind of eclectic in a way. You do.
Well, do you know what? We can't really have a title like that because there's probably about 10% of what we do is heavy metal. Because we float in and out of acoustic stuff. With Lady Black and the Wizard, and
a little progressive.
We've got the heavy stuff with the Gypsy, if you like,
right.
And then we got the
which you and David wrote.
The progressive stuff with the Magician's Birthday,
right,
and all that stuff. So we kind of float in and out. We've got a toe in quite a few genres, but they seem to ram us into heavy.
Exactly.
Metal.
That's where the first album came. Very Eavy, Very Umble was basically a little bit of a mixture.
And that was a complete mixture, because the band before Uriah Heep was called Spice.
Spice, right.
And the idea we called it Spice because we didn't want to be tied down to any one genre of music.
Exactly.
We wanted, and there's many spices in the world, so that was the idea of thinking. Very hippie thinking. But and therefore, you got gypsy, then you got Come Away When It Ended, which is acoustic, and then you got the jazzy things on there, bluesy things on there, all sorts, so it was kind of a bit of everything in there, and I think that's good, that's healthy.
I think, I went nuts when Uriah Heep Live came out. And I think that, to me, that was the turnaround for the band, is when that was released.
Well, do you know what's a real live album? Nowadays, days shortly after us, they took it in the studio and spent 2 months perfecting it. What's that all about? A live album's a live album.
It's a live album.
All the waltz and all,
Yeah.
And that was really a true live album, and it's a favourite of many, many other people. In fact, it inspired Kiss.
That's right.
To do their 4 solo albums as well, and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You had the program, program in the album, and it was opened up.
Yeah.
That was
Paul Stanley,
great pictures of you sliding on the stage.
They took a leaf out of a book. Out of the Heap book, that is.
I saw you guys in '73 and you're going to remember the show in Baltimore. I think I mentioned this to you once before. It was you guys, Earth, Wind and Fire, and ZZ Top. You remember that?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I've just been sent the poster on Facebook.
Yeah.
I said to our managers and said, "Oh, look at this thing." Amazing, But you know what? In those days, music was only good or bad.
That's right.
It wasn't pigeonholed.
Yeah.
And what was great about that is that we turned on Earth, Wind and Fire's audience.
Yep.
Right? And they were turned on by our audience. And therefore you broaden your audience.
That's right.
And you had those opportunities, So, it was a very healthy time. We had so many people support us, a lot of rock bands, of course, with Kiss and Rush and ZZ Top and all sorts of people, But
I love to go on the website because you have that section where you have all the old concert stubs, all the old photos,
that's great. Yeah, that's cool.
The old tours, you got the old tours and everything, and who you...
we even had Ike and Tina Turner,
really?
Stuff, way back. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's amazing, But as I say, it was just good music then, it wasn't pigeonholed at all,
Yeah. I don't know how Bob Dylan got away with it. I'm not a big Dylan fan. The songwriting is good, but I don't know how he made it as far as a singer.
Well, he did.
Yeah, I know he did.
He did, yeah. But you know what? Sometimes in this business, it's not having a great voice, it's having a unique voice.
Yeah.
I mean, for instance, you couldn't call Ozzy Osbourne a singer.
Right.
Per se, but he's recognisable in 2 seconds, and that's almost more important than being. Whereas you could say Dio was a great singer,
right?
A great vocalist. There's a difference between a singer and a vocalist, I think. And but Ozzy's been so successful, and it's marvellous. What he's achieved.
I love the show he just did with his with Jack around the world. The tour. Did you see that?
No, I haven't seen it.
That was awesome.
No.
I like Ozzy. He's cool.
He's great. I've had many a drink with him.
Many a drink with Ozzy?
Well, I've ended up on the floor.
You're still alive, huh?
Ended up on the floor, mate. Yeah.
How difficult was it to fire David Byron? I mean, he was one of my heroes as far as...
he was my best friend, and it's how we started Uriah Heep, But we got to a point when you're dealing with someone with that destructive... I can't say, the alcohol turned him into something different.
Something different,
yeah. And, David was one of these flamboyant guys that he was a star 24/7.
Yeah.
There was if he walked into the Albert Hall or Madison Square Gardens, what exit he's arrived in.
Right.
Even if it was full, he was that sort of guy who had that charisma. But, with alcohol, it amplified it another 100%. And then he started losing sight of what it was all about, and to be honest, it's always about the music. It all comes down to the music, not what you wear, what you look, all that stuff. It's about the music, and he kind of lost that a little bit. So on stage, there were some performances that were under par and to a point sometimes embarrassing. So
no choice.
So it got to a no choice situation. I fought against it for a long, long while because he was a mate, and I'm very loyal to mates. As I was to Lee. But I just feel that there was no way out. Yeah, no way out at all.
And Ozzy got kicked out once before he came back in too. So
they create that situation, where it becomes impossible.
And Ken has a great voice too. Ken Hensley. He always had a good voice.
He had a great voice in Heep because he had a really high voice.
Right.
I don't think he's got a great solo voice.
No.
It's a vehicle.
Right. He fit in Heep.
It's a vehicle and it's very deep now and he doesn't do a lot of the high stuff. And all that, But in the day with Heep, he sang a lot of high harmonies as I did.
Right.
And that was very strong.
Yeah.
That was his strong point.
Right. You said the core lineup during the heyday of Uriah Heep was incredible and unbeatable, and I agree with you 100%.
I think we had the confidence that if we were on stage, we owned it. It doesn't matter who was on before us or after us; it was ours.
Yeah.
And I think when you've got that confidence, it's just like the band now, the chemistry we have now. It has that sort of belief in ourselves, and so. I stand by that comment because at the time we could,
You did a heck of a job to just keeping the legacy together of Uriah Heep with all the changes.
Well, it's something I've always believed in. I still have the same passion and energy for what we do, so that was my driving force to keep going.
Right. You got a great lineup right now too.
Yeah, I was a firm believer that if you get the right musicians in with the right creative output and write the right songs, it's always going to be a winner.
I agree. Bronze Records, the collapse of Bronze Records, that hurt the band pretty much. You said that
it hit a lot of us very badly. Yeah, they took all their money with them, when they went bankrupt. So
Jerry was a smart guy, though. You said, in fact, he was Richard Branson looked up to him. Is that right?
Yeah, well, Richard Branson looked up to him very much so. Yeah, because Jerry, in a day in the publishing, management, agency, he had the whole 9 yards, record company, a lot. And. So it was very, very successful, but he lost sight of that success with going into ventures that didn't pay off.
Is that what happened?
Basically, yeah. One of them was that he started an airline. It was a great idea, an airline in England, that people could go to work, go and go up to his Luton Airport, I think it was, to one of his airplanes, go over to Switzerland, do a day's business, come back and be home that night. Which was great, provided you get the business.
Yeah, that's true.
If they don't get the business and you've got 5 or 6 planes, all the costs involved with keeping a plane in a hangar in an airport is very expensive, and pilots and it didn't work out. So it kind of started to all unfold, and along with that, then you started moving things around the business to support this, to support that, and in the end, it just collapses, and that's what happened. So he collapsed with all our. Money and everything, royalties.
That's a shame. He passed away, about 5 years ago? Yeah. Okay, your inspiration for Gypsy, you and David wrote that together.
It was a riff that I kicked off in a rehearsal room and everyone jumped on and thought this is good. At the time we were toying around with harmonies and trying to use harmonies as an instrument more as just following a sweet chorus line, as was in the late 60s.
Right.
And that was the perfect vehicle for that, because that's when that block harmony we do was spot on in that. So it's like another instrument. And then David and I, we always had a fascination with gypsies. Now we have gypsies in England that go around and it's like they have a dozen caravans. And they just go, they settle in the countryside, and that's their home. They settle in the park. They settle here. They're all thrown out because you're not allowed to. And they leave the place littered and all that stuff. But the idea of the nomadic lifestyle of just travelling and not being tied to 4 walls, you take the 4 walls with you, really appealed to me and David. And that was part of our love of going on the road. So that's why the gypsy thing came about.
And
then he made up that story about the girl and stuff, father and that.
Awesome song.
Yeah, cool.
Awesome song. That July Morning, of course, that's like your stairway to heaven, I guess.
I guess so, yeah. People will relate to that like that, yeah.
Here's a question that I ask everyone, Mick, and I probably know it already because if you had a Field of Dreams wish, like the movie, to play or collaborate with anyone from the past or present, who would that be?
My God. Django Reinhardt.
Yeah.
Be nice to see.
I get that a lot.
How he got over the lack of fingers, because he lost his fingers, and then how he became so inept in his playing style, and to then be a leader in the jazz guitar world was just absolutely amazing. And there's hills to climb, but that was a big one.
Yeah.
And in those days as well, in the jazz clubs, it was you have to think in those days. you didn't have people to set up guitars. You didn't have people to, your tuners. You had to have a tuning fork,
right.
and all that sort of stuff. So it was very basic. You didn't. You couldn't afford to go and get a million guitar strings. You didn't have sponsorship. You had to make do.
Yep.
And he made do very well.
Yeah.
with his disability and everything else, and it was just amazing. I mean, I remember when we first started out, the first thing we did was walk on stage and Ken would give us an E and we'd just tune up to it before we could begin.
Right.
Because no tuners, and all that stuff wasn't around, no monitors.
That's right. I love on the live album the way you guys were tuning up.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
Give us a minute.
It's real, it's real,
Yeah, it's real, exactly.
Yeah, it's real.
I miss that from concerts.
Yeah, but Django Hunt would be a good one for me because, that whole Paris club scene. The only thing I wouldn't like about it because he was a very big smoker, and I don't think I could be in the same room because I don't smoke. And
See, that's why you look so good because you don't smoke.
It affects me, and I've never smoked in my life. So.
Yeah, good for you.
Mm.
Guitars. Anything new on the guitar scene? Are you buying anything new?
Actually, Carl Pirelli's are my main guitars now, electric guitars.
Right.
They're a guy called Mike Carparelli in Toronto.
In Toronto?
In Canada. Which is the last place we played. And he came down and heard it and he loved it, and he said it sounded marvellous, and he's very proud as a company owner that I'm using it and stuff. Because he sounded so good. So, Carl Pirelli's are my main guitar. And I've been having trouble with an acoustic. I had one made in the Philippines and stuff, and I had a few that were brought out with me. I can't quite get it for the Wizard because we're going to do the Wizard tonight. And
great!
We brought it back into the set,
right?
And I was just very uncomfortable with the sound that we're getting at. So I went to a shop in Toronto called the 12th Fret, and went in there, and they had a lot of old stuff on the wall. But I was looking for a workhorse guitar, because he's no use me taking out great guitars. Or like old Black Beauties and things like that, because the airlines just trash them,
Yeah.
But Mike Carparelli, these guitars, they stand the test of the road. I've taken this around the world for the last 10 years, and it's no problem at all. Please touch wood. It stays that way. Sorry about your.
Oh, that's okay.
That was me tapping the table.
That was Mick Box. The extra sound effects.
Touching wood. So I went in the shop and saw this little Taylor acoustic, and. I said to him, "Can you put some?" I think they had a different gauge string onto what I used. It was 12 to whatever it was. I said, "Put 12 to whatever on and detune it because it's detuned a tone." And I played it like that. I went, "Wrap it up."
Yeah.
This is what I want. It's just a basic, solid guitar that does the job, And if it gets stressed, we'll go and get another one.
How many guitars do you have?
I can't count.
It's one of those. This guy's got 25.
I'm up with the 60s.
60s, wow.
Yeah. But I don't know where they all are. I've got some in France because my wife's sister's got a house out in France, so I left one out, a beautiful ovation out there that I write on. And funny enough, when I was out there, I wrote a song that appears on the new album. I just kind of leave them everywhere with friends and things. So when I'm out there, I've got a guitar and I haven't got to take it with me, avoid the airline thing. But I've got a load in the lock-up. I've got 2 minutes home. We're walking with a new guitar. My wife goes, "No." And I go, my answer is handbags, shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you very much. Touche.
Yeah, that's right. This is your thing,
Yeah. But, I got loads. And a company, for instance, a company called Hofner out in Germany makes some great jazzers. And I was really interested in, and they were kind enough to send me over a few of them as well. So that was really lovely, So I get given quite a lot,
You mainly play Gibson over the years, though. But
Gibson Les Paul is my Black Beauty is my main.
Do you play Fender at all, or no?
I've got an old 56 Strat.
Oh, you do? 56?
Yeah, which is really lovely.
Very nice.
But I generally, a Strat doesn't work with this band.
Right.
I think that's all it is. It needs the body of the Gibson.
Do you do any of your own, putting together equipment, and building equipment and that kind of thing?
What do you mean?
Like amplifiers and.
I've got a sponsorship with a company in Germany called Engel.
Okay.
Who are just superb.
Right.
Best I've had. I was with Marshall for a while. For many years, for 40 odd years, and they've kind of changed their template of looking after artists or not looking after artists, as the case may be.
Yeah.
and they've got integrated fridges and headphones and rather than the important stuff.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So I was very happy to get Angle, and they've been very supportive, and wherever I tour the world they try and get me an amp and speakers supplied and stuff, so it's great. So yeah, they're superb. So they're the amps I use, and I've got a couple of those combos at home, and that's all I need really.
My first amp was a Vox. Remember you used to put them together? You used to build
I've got a little
Vox
Vox
amps?
Yeah, I've got a little Vox amp at home, which is nice. It's actually one of the modelly ones, to be honest. Because sometimes when I'm writing, you need what's this like with the chorus? What's it like with the delay? And you go on the amp, and there it is. Do you know what I mean? You don't want it refined. You just want to get the idea.
Right.
So when I write very quickly like that. So that's a good amp to do that on too. But Angle does everything I ever need to do.
That's awesome. Excellent. A little preview of tonight's show.
Yes.
A couple of songs that we can expect. I'm thinking Gypsy.
We start with our very first album, and we end with our very last album.
Oh.
We don't end with it, but that's and it's a journey through all that. So we'll start with Gypsy. Okay. And then we'll move on through a couple there. Right. And then we deviate a bit, and we do a few, one off the new album, last album, Outsider, then another one off the Outsider album later on, and interspersed with that is all predominantly old stuff, because people come to hear that.
Excellent. Stealing on the set list?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, great.
You can't not do that.
Fantastic. Mick, I want to thank you so much for being on the show today. And we're looking forward to seeing this.
That was his end, then. Not mine.
That was
it wasn't mine. Wasn't mine.
That was me. I'm going to read this little closing here while I got you. But then, cool. Could you do a promo for me for the station? Okay. Yeah. Like I said, Mick, it's always a great pleasure to chat with you. Good luck on the new album, on the rest of the tour. Thank you for all the incredible music you've given us throughout the years, man.
Thank you very much.
I've been a big Heep fan for way back, since 1971, I guess.
Happy days. So when you get living the dream in September, you can take it to the next stage.
There you go. For more information on the band and concert dates, visit www.uriahheep.com. And on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Uriah Heep official. The pledge campaign is still alive. You can check it out at www.pledgemusic.com/Uriah Heep. Very special thanks to Caitlin Ray and John Freeman of Freeman Promotions for setting up this interview with Mick Box at the House of Blues in Orlando today. And of course, Doug and Don Newsom with BBS Radio for making it all happen every show. Join me bi-weekly at our new time and date, bi-weekly Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern on The Ray Shasho Show. If you have comments or suggestions or would like to be a guest on The Ray Shasho Show, email us at raypublicityworksagency.com. Don't forget to purchase a copy of my book entitled Check the G's, The True Story of the Eclectic American Family and Their Wacky Family Business, or the second edition entitled Wacky Shenanigans on F Street, Proud to be Politically Incorrect in Washington, D.C., available now at Amazon.com, and I promise you will live it. This is Ray Shasho saying goodbye from the House of Blues in Orlando. Have a great week. Looking forward to a great show from Uriah Heep.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Ray Shasho Show, brought to you by the Publicity Works Agency. Call 941-877-1552 or visit us at publicityworksagency.com. Specializing in author and music artist publicity plans. We shine when we make you shine. Join Ray Shasho every Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern on PBS Radio, Station 1.